What are aliens? With this video I'm gonna decipher UFOs, aliens, abductions, spirits and fallen angels. After reading numerous alien abductions, encounters, observing cases and videos, listening to several scientists, conspiracies, history and religion, I was able to come to an conclusion. This isn't just my theory but from what other people have witnessed. Before we can understand what aliens are, we must first know what we are and what our reality is. People from Abductions told that UFOs are interdimensional, from scientists to leaked FBI files. First, what is a dimension and which dimension do they come from and how many are there? After reading numerous alien abductions, encounters, observing cases and videos, listening to several scientists, conspiracies, history and religion, I was able to come to an conclusion. This isn't just my theory but from what other people have witnessed. Before we can understand what aliens are, we must first know what we are and what our reality is. People from Abductions told that UFOs are interdimensional, from scientists to leaked FBI files. First, what is a dimension and which dimension do they come from and how many are there? Where does the ghost dimensions come from? After we die we will go towards the fourth dimension, which is also the DMT realm where we astral travel. Our eyes can't see that place, so everything will be in weird color unless we die, since we have no data of that reality. These UFO spirit orbs can come to Earth and are even able to pass through walls. How do we know these are not photons, swamp gas or ball lightning like scientists claim? Let's take a look what people have encountered.
Bir sürü uzaylı var. Bir sürü uzaylı var. İnanamıyorum.
Çok kötü.
Hadi gir içeri. Bu tarafa da geliyorlar. Bu tarafa doğru da geliyorlar.
Tim Lee's definition of this process was it was deafening silence.
Suddenly, the object descends and picks up speed.
It got exceedingly low. It was really going right over their heads.
From the Johnsons' point of view, the object doesn't get closer. It seems to be sending a transmission.
Trig Johnson and his family felt there was a communication given to them personally by whatever intelligence, if we want to call it that, was in the object. Something that we might want to call telepathy was employed to communicate with the witnesses. And what was delivered to them was, don't worry, this is just a demonstration. What the meaning of that is and who would be in a position to project that into the minds of an observer and why they were giving a demonstration is one of the issues we need to solve with this case.
Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads. Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh,
Yeah.
flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving. Shit.
Digo que muchas personas de este campamento han traído punteros láser y todos los punteros están apuntando hacia allá, ¿no? Impresionante, están apuntando hacia allá, pero miren.
Ahí está de nuevo.
Mira, ahí
Ahí
está
está de
más
nuevo.
arriba que el mar, ¿ves? Se nota.
Está encima del mar, ¿no es cierto? Pero está posado en el cerro.
No está posado, fíjate. Cuando alumbra, te das cuenta.
No está posado en el cerro. Miren,
Ahí está, oye.
¿Viste? Está grabado.
estamos.
Se nota,
De nuevo,
se notó el borde del cerro. Ahí está. ¿ves?
Está en el aire. Miren, mira eso. No está en el cerro.
Anthony,
Está en el aire.
It is getting brighter. It's kind of. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there it goes. There it is. There's the power up. Whoa! Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
They like the home show.
Yeah, it's picking up speed now. Oh, he is. He's powering up. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, that was an incredible one. That was a nice, I got it all on film.
That power up, yeah! Whoa, that is massive, man!
Nice.
Yeah!
Ich befinde mich hier am unteren Hengstacke-Tunnel in Stuttgart, Deutschland, wo ein seltsames Fahrzeug von der Kamera angefangen wurde. Bei dem Fahrzeug handelt es sich vermutlich um die verlorene gegangene Ladung von dem Zwischenfall, der sich auf der Bundesautobahn 81 letzte Woche ereignete. Wobei das Merkwürdigste daran lässt sich jedoch erkennen, wenn wir das von der Tunnelkamera aufgenommene Filmmaterial verlangsamen. Bemerken Sie das mysteriöse Licht, welches das Fahrzeug scheinbar verfolgt? Könnte es sich hierbei um das gleiche Licht handeln, durch den der Fracht-LKW letzte Woche abgehoben wurde? Die Art und Weise, wie sich die beiden Zwischenfälle abgespielt haben, gibt Rätsel auf.
Парящая птица – это красота и тайна. Недаром этим крылатым существам посвящено столько песен, сказаний, стихов и легенд. Но, к сожалению, последние годы эта красота подвергается все большей опасности. Только за последние 350 лет...
Олежка, сори.
Ой, ничего себе! Что это? Вау! Блин, что это?
Пропал. Офигеть.
Блин, что это было? Обалдеть.
All these videos are real. What we learn from these orbs what scientists haven't mentioned or researched. They can communicate telepathic. They fly in formations. They have an awareness. Some of them can shift into a physical object. They are seen during alien abductions. We are clearly dealing with fourth-dimensional spirits. They can also project themselves to you through dreams, sleep paralysis or schizophrenia but cannot harm you physically. They can also move objects with their thoughts like telekinesis or project images in your head like hallucinations. Now comes the alien life form part, the fifth dimension. The place that is both half spiritual and half physical, the alien and hybrid world. How can spirits become physical? It's simple, it's like us in a third-dimensional world. They need to be born in it through a DNA process which is nothing more than a memory of what you are or how you look like. Our bodies are a sophisticated 3D suit attached to our soul which puts us into a self-created reality. That's what aliens are. They are spirits from hell that created a body through a biological engineered embryo. The reason these spirits come here I can't talk too much about it or else YouTube will remove this video for cyberbullying. It's because of sacrifices and witchcraft from the occult. I'm not a 100% sure on this so I will leave it now as a theory. Fallen angels used to create giants in biblical beliefs with whatever they interbreed with. If you study abduction cases people have encountered a giant praying mantis and a lizard type of being that abduct people for their DNA, seed and create more hybrid offsprings. These are the following aliens that have been seen. Think aliens are an embryo that started from a praying mantis or lizard that is mixed with human DNA. The Book of Enoch also talked about fallen angels creating giants so a giant insect would be human size. They somehow mixed that DNA with human DNA which made them involved into gray aliens through altering or developing their genes. Please see the creatures people have encountered. They use that created body to create even more hybrid greys with normal humans through an abduction hybridization program. According to the Book of Enoch, fallen angels used to interbreed with the daughters of men and created hybrid offspring and giants called the Watchers. I've read in a near-death experience that someone encountered tall blonde beings which were angels that worked in a NASA-like place, creating advanced technology like a robot dog or a flying saucer. The near-death experience will be put in the video description below. Gray aliens use that same technology. This is why they can be related to fallen angels. A flying saucer is angel technology. Their birth starts like this as an created embryo that developed into a giant praying mantis mixed with human DNA. Further, they developed their body and DNA through interbreeding, which made them into small humanoid greys with large black eyes. I've read in some abduction cases that they are able to swap or travel inside bodies similar to the movie Avatar. These bodies are stored in a liquid container, and these spiritual light orbs enter these bodies in order to become a physical being. That goes for more creatures like Bigfoot, Yeti, Dogman, and more mythical creatures that have been sighted, or ancient gods that are half human half animal. These were all biological hybrids created by fallen angels and ruled over humans since ancient times. These are interdimensional beings.
This is it. Human stem cells being injected into a pig's embryo. For the first time, scientists are seeing how our cells grow and interact inside an animal. This pig, the first known chimera.
The ultimate goal for this type of research is to whether we can use this technology to generate human tissue and organs. That's going to give us a lot of unique insights.
Right now, scientists are nowhere near that goal, but recent studies have shown how that process can work using gene editing. Scientists would delete a specific piece of an animal's DNA, so its embryo wouldn't be able to grow a heart, for example. Then they'd inject that embryo with human stem cells, which move into the void and grow a human heart. The embryo would then be put back inside the animal to develop.
The possibility of growing human cells and tissues inside animal is an exciting first step for the dream of generating tissues and organs for transplantation into humans. We're still far away.
To date, everything the researchers have done is legal, but what they're doing is highly controversial. The embryo is only being allowed to develop for 28 days. It's not allowed to be born. Bioethicists say this research raises a lot of uneasy questions.
Some people may also wonder, what are aliens? Are they spiritual or physical? Some are only spiritual orbs, others are both a developed body that is able to dematerialize itself into energy, which our soul is. Buddhist monks were able to do the same, called rainbow bodies.
Rainbow body and coherent biophotons body. According to Wang et al., 1914, the body has a bioinformation network of optical channels or meridians through which light particles of various frequencies are circulating and are able to generate syntropy in complex biological processes. These light particles are known as biophotons and can present different frequencies and colors. Is this photonic body of quantum biology what the Buddhists and Margaret de Sereni call the rainbow body? The rainbow body of the Dzogchen tradition, meaning the great perfection of Tibetan Buddhism, seems to have some similarities to the quantum body formed by the biophotons of quantum biology. In the class on Taoist medicine, Dr. Paul Druin states that the quantum vital body is a rainbow body. According to him, this subtle body is formed by the meridians of acupuncture and colorful waves with different vibrational densities. This shimmering body changes its colors and is singing according to one's mental and emotional state. Dr. Paul points out that the sound is associated with the yin polarity of vital body, whereas the yang polarity is associated with the light. The vital body, therefore, has a dual nature, sound and light. This statement points to the possibility of an acoustic version of the vital body, the existence of a sound body formed by photons and sound particles.
We're talking about a race of beings hundreds of millions of years ahead of us that have already been able to master how to change their form. They are allowed to switch their atoms and photons around to take almost any form they want and travel through time and space. It can go from a light body to a 3D body. It can change its frequency at will to go to another dimension. It can phase in, phase out, bleed in, bleed out of multiple dimensions. That makes it an interdimensional being.
At any time?
At any time, by its own will.
Are they physical or are they somewhat ghost-like?
Yeah, that's a great question. I get that a lot because a lot of these sightings and things, people are referring them, as ghosts, or people report ghosts being seen when they're really these interdimensional beings. The interesting science behind this is that when an interdimensional being enters our dimension, he falls under the laws of our three-dimensional reality. So he has to take some sort of form. But don't forget, light is form too. So that can be visualized by our five senses here on planet Earth, or through our solar system, in this universe, in this dimension. So as they come through, they might change from a light being into a form of their choice, or they also could stay in the light form. So many accounts that you've heard around in history books and around the planet of these ghost-like sightings. Now, some are ghosts, which means if you were to pass away right now, your photons will still be in that chair for 30 days or more. And so this is what I'm getting at. The photons of the genetic makeup of the DNA is always there. Even when we leave our seats right now and come back tomorrow morning, we're still going to have our resonant energy still going to be here.
I still wanted to mention that the alien-human hybrids are succubus, or incubus that sit on top of you while you're paralyzed, but wanted to keep this video as short as possible. Feel free to use Google or watch alien documentaries to all that I've mentioned. This isn't just my theory but people their sightings put together. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for part 2.